Audio video test.
Grunt, I don't have time to tussle with you now.
My mind has never been more clear. This was meant to be.
All right. I am back. Sorry I was gone longer than I expected. I stayed up last night to after 2 a.m. And I sat down in this chair to relax after I got back from my little trip, my adventure out and back. I leaned back, closed my eyes, thought about a few things, opened my eyes, and here it is. I dozed off. So, who is next after Hulk? The Iron Fist.
I'm rested up and ready to face my enemies without hesitation.
Iron Fist is next on the list. All right. Keep collecting more and more of these and those, which is a good thing. This account didn't have much on it because I hadn't played it. From January until just a couple weeks ago, I'd been playing my secondary account. Working up to getting all the heroes. And when I realized the Omega content was only a few weeks away, into September, I realized I couldn't transfer all those cosmic artifacts that I've been picking up on my other account to this account. And this is my main account. This is where I've purchased all the stash spaces and all the costumes. I've got all the stash spaces, all the costumes. If you remember, my secondary account's only got about this many stash spaces. Yeah. Big difference. I thought, well, I better start collecting cosmic artifacts on this account. This is where I'm going to need them, not that account. That's what brought me back here. That and preparation to make sure all 63 of my characters are ready for Omega content. We'll see. Danny Rand is next guy on the list. Alright, I'm wearing Iron Fist Marvel's Iron Fist costume. Here's Iron Fist Immortal Weapon costume, no mask variant.
I am the Iron Fist. You better believe I'll use whatever means necessary to protect my world.
Here's the Iron Fist Immortal Weapon costume. Same one. This time it has the mask. Now we get to some silly ones. Yeah. There's a scroll. Iron Fist scroll. And he's imitating Iron Fist Classic. Let me drink your blood. The old Count Dracula collars. Iron Fist Heroes for Hire, 97. I don't know. Maybe those shoulder pads actually could block attacks. I don't know. So he wouldn't get hit from the sides. I don't know. Maybe the other one blocked him from all the way around. I doubt it. Iron Fist Immortal Weapon of Agamotto. It's just white body paint. Or really, really, really thin cotton. I don't know. But that's the one I use. What you get with Iron Fist is that guy. When you first get him, you get that guy. So, what do we know about Danny Rand? I don't even know if we read the bio on Bruce Banner, but everybody knows Hulk. Hulk's history. Raised in the mystical city of Kunlun, Danny Rand sought vengeance on the man he blamed for the deaths of his parents. Driven by vengeance, Danny was tutored by Lee Kung, the Thunderer, in the ways of martial arts, excelling at his training. Danny was given the opportunity to take the second mantle of Iron Fist by fighting the dragon Shaolao, the Undying, and plunging his hands into its molten heart, rendering his hands like unto iron. Upon finding the man responsible for his parents' death, Danny chose to forgive him and would instead use his skills to help people, eventually putting him on the path to form Heroes for Hire with his new and like-minded friend, Luke Cage. So, Iron Fist founded Heroes for Hire. Doesn't surprise me with all the money he's got. Doesn't mention anything about him being a billionaire. That's okay. So, strength and fighting. Strength or fighting. He gets an added brutal strike chance, just like Hulk got. And he's strength or fighting. That's his two attributes, because he's a fighter. Primary resource is Chi. Or Chi, or however you want to pronounce it. I've heard it pronounced many ways. Well, those are two of the most. Chi and Ki. It does not naturally regenerate. Stance opener powers will restore your Chi and cause you to enter stance. Chi cost reduction affixes reduce the cooldown of like unto iron, which is his signature. So anything that reduces cost reduction reduces the cooldown on the signature instead of reducing chi costs. And cooldown currently reduced is 20% for his signature power. So it's at 40 seconds instead of 50% seconds. Or whatever it was. He gets health on hit. He's defense dodge based, my two favorites. And he's a melee combatant. So he gets the 8% damage reduction. His damage reduction and his health looks good, the way I have him geared right now. Let's check his infinity system. He's got some points available. Okay. I didn't give him the 4 dash powers here. Let's bump this up to 100. Now I get my 4th dash. Got all the crit. Got all the brute. And I'm sure I put everything into fighting. Because, yeah, strength. Strength, as far as I'm concerned, is not very useful. But I don't have any mathematics behind that. It's just a feeling. It feels to me like it's pretty useless. He gets fighting and strength attributes. I've got crit from Cable Black Bolt, strength from Ant-Man. I've got boss damage from Elektra, because it's physical. Got physical crit from Moon Knight. Melee from Nightcrawler. More physical from Psylocke. Let's see if he's all melee. 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 No. Melee. This is a steroid. So his signature clear power is not melee. So I'm going to take this away from Nightcrawler and find something else with physical. Here we go. Is he all physical? Physical. 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 Mental. So that's more Psylocke. There we go. Physical, mental. And instead of She-Hulk, I could go no, that doesn't help area. I guess area just can't be. I'll just have to ignore. Like unto iron is both physical and mental. It's a bummer. There's his fighting. What's Iron Fist? Mental and health regen. If I give him area, it's only one power. If I give him physical, it's pretty much all powers except this one. Well, this is area clear. It's not that important. And everything else has a melee tag on it, which would be physical and mental. So I'll give him Nightcrawler back. Psylocke does both physical and mental, so it's good. It covers, the Psylocke one is the only one that covers everything on the bar, because area is mental. It's got mental. Nightcrawler will cover everything on the bar except the area clear. Moon Knight. So his area clear power is also going to do less crit, because I didn't pick up Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider would make his mental powers also more likely to crit, but it's only this one and part of this one. Smaller part. 2/3 of this has a chance to crit on physical. 1/3 has a chance to crit on mental. So I think I'm happy with what I chose. The nice thing is Squirrel Girl and Electra's boss damage applies to everything. And that's what's more important. Not the trash, the area clear stuff. They're important too, but not as much. He's more of a single target specialist anyway. Alright, he's fighting and strength. He's got a spider clone serum for brute physical damage and fighting and some health and some boss damage. Gave him demon blood for health, damage to melee, and he can pick up +2 fighting after a period of time. Speed doesn't help him any. A black cat for the crit and enemies not targeting you. Yeah, that doesn't sound like Danny Rand. He would be more of a I'm in your face. So one of these, because he is strength based, or one of these because he's fighting based. About all he got out of this was crit. So depending on if I need a lot more damage, or more crit and crit damage, which is usually always a good thing. But we'll have to see what his damage looks like. I probably need the crit. We'll see. Strength, damage rating, critical hit, some melee health. Strength, physical damage rating, some health. This is a level 55. Could probably remove this one if I pick up one over here that has health on it. This one has health. So if I pop one of these guys, again, I want to wait till I see what his weaknesses are. This can go away. Gave him extra key. He got an Excalibur. I gave him an Excalibur. That kind of makes sense. He's got more melee tags than he does so this works for both damage types on his signature. The 1500 melee damage will work for both damage types. If I'd given him something like a Savage Axe, then the physical damage on it would only work for 2/3 of his signature. So I could see why I boosted up his melee damage. It also gave him some probably much needed defense. regular Iron Fist gear. We probably can do better on the insignia too. Looks like I just gave him a whole lot of crit. The attack speed's useful though. But if he needs attack speed, I can get him one with more attack speed on it. We'll see. Oh yeah, he definitely needs a better catalyst. That's no doubt. Mystical energies. Mystical energies. Mystical energies. Who'd I put mystical energies on? Mystical energies. Blade. Fighting and strength. Well, we've only got 2 strength and 2 fighting.
Weird that I make people pay me for superhero work? I mean, I am rolling in money.
Some health regen and some chi. 10% chance when you are hit to regenerate 500 health. Invisibility and gain health. More health. I'm saving those for ranged people. The when you hit with a power, gain 5 spirit. So I think this one adds to his current chi resource power and 10% to regenerate 500 health when he gets hit.
I've made a lot of progress lately.
Catalyst swap. Yeah, I stayed up too late last night. Past 2 a.m.
Victory is earned through strategy.
Too old for that. He's got some good rolls on his critical damage rating. Sell that. I'm going to go ahead and sell that. Can't sell these. So I'll have to destroy it. And I can't see any reason to keep that. Such low rolls. And this I'll need to transfer the blessing off of. Let's see what's needed. We need more crit. Crit damage. Let me put this back. Crit damage brute. This is his normal brute with the blessing. And We've got 3,000 melee damage. But physical and mental damage is pretty low. This one gave only physical damage, which is the majority of his damage anyway. This one's generic. So if you took this one off, then yeah, physical, energy, and mental damage all drop in line, fall in line. Let's see. I think he's going to get my last flag. Because of the generic damage. All of this would work across and I may or may not keep this one. Because he only benefits from the fighting. He doesn't benefit from the speed. All right. Medallion first. He needs both. His base damage is 324. That's not bad, considering I took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things off of him. Black cats, bullseyes, crossbones. Ooh, crossbones. Fighting and strength. Physical and energy. Dr. Doom, Dr. Ock, Intelligence, Jughead, Curse to his melee. Curse is a possibility. Oh, he doesn't hit with a ranged. I don't think he has anything that's ranged. Could be wrong. Yep. He doesn't even throw a shuriken.
Sometimes a moment is all I need to quiet the storm within me.
For a second there, I thought, hey, this would work. Strength and fighting and health and attack speed and melee damage. I guess if you ignored the ranged part, it still works. Bunch of melee damage. Yeah. Defenders. X-Men. Tombstone. Are you tough enough for Tombstone? A lot of crit and damage rating to melee. Ultron is energy. War Scroll. Energy damage. Wizard mental. Do I have any nope, he would be only physical damage. So I have to decide. Is a lot of damage more important? Or a lot of crit? He needs both. But you know, crit's not going to do a lot of good if you don't have any damage behind it. Thinking of giving him one of these guys. Are they all +2 to strength? Oh, there's a +3 to strength. It's a +3 to strength. Need to put all the +3 to strengths up front. And I think the one that did the most damage, 835, 803, I think this one. This is the one I want to give him. That would put his base, physical, and mental damages all over 2,000. Or I could just keep bumping his melee damage up. Tough enough tombstone. Because melee would fit both physical and mental. Except on his area clear power. His area clear power would not benefit from any of this. Everything benefits from this. $835 damage rating. It's pretty good. 12% base damage. And another 12% base damage which is on a proc. Can't really depend on that. It's going to bump his damage reduction up too a little bit, whether he needs it or not. Let's do it like this. Where's the tombstone? We'll put some here, and we'll put some here, and we'll compare the two. Flag. This one does give us more crit. This one does not. And this one does not. So I think I'll go flag down this row. A gawk. A gawk can go down either row. Strength. Oh yeah, melee. More crit to melee. More damage rating. So these could go down either row. I guess as could the strength ones. No. Let's skip those for now because space damage is alright. Fighting, strength, oh. Brute damage. Bunch of generic damage rating up to 600. Chi. Strength, crit, and health. Speaking of health, we need to get a ring. Let me go ahead and grab a ring. Need to go with a melee ring. Needs more health. Some of these are terrible. Might as well throw them away. So, 71% health, but terrible melee power damage. 89% health, and still pretty terrible melee power damage. Here's 51% health and melee. Possibility. Let's put that there. That one needs to be all thrown away, pretty much. It's pretty bad. So the one that's pretty bad is also that one there, I think. No health. Low melee damage. It's kind of low health. Low melee damage. Low melee damage and crit. Wow.
At least this gives me some time to catch up on running my multinational corporation.
This gives 29 more damage rating. But 200 less health. Also gives 33 more crit. I guess I can spare 200 health. We'll find it elsewhere. These are range rings, aren't they? Yep. Range rings. This one gives a little health. None of these give any health. Don't want to forget this guy. Ranged and melee procs. Nope. Strength and health and D flat. When you hit with a mental, get damage rating, a lot of it. When you hit with a physical, get dodge. When you hit with a physical, get brute to area. When you hit with a mental, get crit to area. He doesn't do much area. Just his area clear power and his signature. This goes up to 500 melee damage. And just a chance to get 468 crit and 421 generic damage rating for 5 seconds while you're standing there punching. Danger room status. Keys. These are all physical damage. So, oh, I can't go with this. I've already got one. So the flag's going to go with either. So we're definitely getting the flag. No doubt about that. And we're definitely getting one of these. And I've got so many of these, I might as well give him one of these. How's it rolled? Needs re-rolling. How was this one rolled? It's good enough. That was fine. Let's roll.
I do enjoy a nice, quiet
I
lab.
think I'm gonna have to go with the one with the health. I actually think I'm gonna have to go with the one. With far more health. Health, fighting, and crit instead of all that generic damage rating. But we need that damage rating. Let's see how much health we can get on an insignia. He is Avengers, Defenders, Shield, and Marvel Knights. What else do we need? Let me go ahead and re-roll these guys so I can see what my other needs are. All right, on this one, we want over 400 melee crit hit rating to critical hit rating to melee attacks, and as much over 400 damage rating if possible, and over 5% damage to bosses. I'd like over 400 critical hit to melee attacks, over 400 damage rating, and over 5% to bosses. Melee attacks too low. Everything else is too low, but critical hit. Critical hit's too low. Critical hit's too low. Critical hit's too low. Too low. Too low. Too low. Too low. Okay. Miss RNG. Miss RNG. Pretty please. Miss RNG, if you could pretty please give me 400 or greater critical hit to melee attacks, 400 or greater on damage rating, and over 5% damage to bosses. I'd most appreciate it. Miss RNG, pretty please. Wow. $385, $385, 3.4. $371, 403, 4.3. Let's stop for a second. Let's fix this one first. We want +1 to all attributes. Actually, if we could go with reduced signature, would be nice. Whichever one comes first. All attributes. Now let's go back to $400 plus, $400 plus, 5 plus. I might. Miss RNG, pretty please. Why don't I? What was the other one? That one's not rolled very badly now. Just not what I want. Yeah, this one. Whichever one's first, the attributes or signature powers. We'll go with signature power this time. That's 4 seconds off the signature power. Now you see that one's a good one for range now. Yeah, I don't guess he has a bleed. I just can't get melee crit over 400 for some reason. Miss RNG, please give me 400 or better critical hit to melee. Doggone it. Everything's ranged. Range. 396, 377, 5.2. I probably ought to stop there. Actually, this will go there, this will go there. And what do I need here? The usual. I'd like 350 or more on critical hit and brutal strike. 800 or more on brutal and critical damage. Not horrible. I've spent enough. I'm stopping there. Gosh, we're still way low on health. How'd our melee crit end up? 55. Brutal strike is non-existent. There's always curse. For melee damage, crit, and brute to melee attacks. And that one's rolled pretty well. Oh. Reason Brutal Strike's non-existence because I haven't transferred Blessings yet. Oops. Run out of funds. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. How about 3 million? Oops, I left it in there. All right.
You can get a lot done when you're not worrying about fighting supervillains.
Transfer blessings. This guy, this guy. And transfer blessings. This guy, this guy. Can't use this one. How about this one? Lots of health. How did the brute end up? 32. Melee damage is up to 3,500. Curse doesn't give any health. Got to go with one of these. Need to bump it up to 66.
My genius goes way beyond just shrinking things.
And I'm not going to re-roll it trying to get +1 to fighting. Too expensive. Crafting material wise. Even though I've got 1,000 of everything. What am I here for? I'm here to upgrade it to 66. Okay, he's got an All Fathers. That's interesting. Gave him more crit to melee. Damage to melee. What we need here is some health. Could use a tiny bit of brutal strike to push me over the 33 and a third. So 1 out of 3 would brute. And as much melee or generic damage as we could get from Avengers, Defenders, Shield, and Marvel Knights. Okay, that's a little overboard. Don't exactly need that much health, that much brutal strike, and there's no damage. Same deal there. Same deal there. Melee damage. And a whole bunch of health. A bunch of health and crit damage. Plus 3 to speed. Area. 294 versus vulnerable. Okay, I don't see vulnerability anywhere. The dash. What? The vulnerability is on the dash. That's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Oh, this one's got a vulnerability. Fury of 5 forces. I play a single style tiger. Oh, there it is. The vulnerability is on my single target spender. Okay. So, that's 294 generic damage rating. 2k health, and 239 brutal strike. That's a possibility. Defenders and Marvel Knights. And Defenders. I think this is the guy. It's going to give me 294 generic damage rating. 2k health, which is more than I need. And some brutal strike. Where did our crit end up? Oh yeah. Oh! It's all the way up to 57.7 now. That's good. Critical damage is okay. It's acceptable. Brutal damage is good. Brutal strike needs that little bit of push. Everything else needs to go into as much generic damage and melee or melee damage that we can get. And some health. So I guess this will do it. I'm gonna have to go buy a dupe rune. Or 2. Or 3. I think, let me confirm that. I think I spent my last dupe rune. If I remember correctly. Yep. Run upstairs.
We share more than an affinity for facial hair, I suspect.
Danny, I don't think you're going to take off like an airplane. You look silly.
Your mind is about to play tricks on you. Not that I'd ever do it, Tony. I'm just saying I'm capable of punching holes in that armor.
So I bought 5 dupe runes for 2,500 cosmic world stones.
You can get a lot done when you're not worrying about.
Why do I need a dupe rune? Because this guy right here. To bump this guy up to cosmic, it requires a dupe rune.
I am the Iron Fist. And you better believe I'll use whatever means necessary to protect my world.
Bump it up to 66. That one's 66. Let's see what we ended up with. All right. So our melee crit is 57.7. That's good. Our health, 28. That's good. Damage reduction, 47. That's good. Critical damage rating, it's minimal, but it is more than 9,000. Brutal strike pushed me over the 33 1/3 that I like. So 1 out of 3 crits will now brute. Brutal damage is good. It's almost 5,000. And then the weakest part of my whole deal is, see, even base damage ended up pretty good, 344. We've got 3,500 melee and an extra 1,800 to physical, mental, and normal. So, amount of damage is the weakest. Now, let's just briefly look at some of his procs. None there. If you fall below 50% health, you get some defense and damage reduction. 4.8% chance to ignore range damage. See, when you hit with a stance opener, you gain 321 damage rating and 269 critical hit. Okay. This effect stacks up 3 times. Oh, so if somebody's playing multiple stances, you could play the multiple stance game. Switching between stances if you want. It's kind of hard to do with how little number of powers we have. No procs there. When you hit with any power, you get 200 health. When you critically hit, you increase your attack speed. think our attack speed ended up over 20. Yep. Again, his biggest weakness is the amount of generic damage. His biggest weakness is going to be area clear, of course. This is my area clear. Oh, you have to have chi to do it. That's his area clear. He's definitely not made for area clear. Though if you wanted dragon stance or serpent stance, you could have a poison, an area dot. You could do a serpent stance. I'm doing tiger. Maybe I shouldn't do tiger. Tiger gives more crit. I don't need more crit. Crane gives health on hit. Leopard gives more physical damage dealt. Dragon gives dodge. Maybe I should go serpent stance instead of tiger. I gave myself so much crit a while ago, I completely forgot. Tiger stance is going to push me through the roof on crit. So let's throw tiger off. I need to decide what stance I'm going to use if I don't use tiger. Serpent will be about the only thing that I can use to help with area clear. What's leopard do for me? Crane does area damage. Leopard, every hit triggers leopard. His power strikes 3 additional times. I don't like these types of powers. Let's look at serpent. If I go serpent, did you see that? While in serpent stance, base damage increased by 50%, but you no longer trigger the Kai wave. So I lose the mental portion of this. But all base damage is increased by 50%. So I lose 1/3 of the damage here, but I gain 50% base damage on it. Let's look at Serpent's powers. Crane and Tiger, Leopard Dragon, Leopard Tiger. Serpent. Serpent. Power deals 200% bonus damage. So, if I go Serpent, when you hit with a melee power, it's going to throw a dot on everything I hit. This thing's not melee, so that hurts. The fact that this does not have a melee tag on it hurts. Because it'd be awesome if, when I did a Kai burst, well, but this one is. Nope. It's not tagged with melee either. This is not tagged with area. But this one is. Okay. So you can poison everybody in an area and then blow them up. Boom, 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 boom. And on single targets, this guy hits hard once every 8 seconds. And there's my steroid, which boosts crit and brute for 4 seconds every 20 seconds. Let's see how Snake works. See how it feels. Wow. There's something that I'm missing. And that's the one that cuts this to an 8-second cooldown. There it is. So I need an 8-second cooldown. So now I don't run out. I come close to running out, but I don't run out. But it's whack-a-mole. Alright, stance combo powers deal 50% more damage if you're in one of their associated stances. Of course. So this does 50% more damage. This does 50% more damage. So I'm using black poison touch. And Kai Blast. Stance opening powers grant a stack of mastery, increasing the power of the passive effect of that stance by 20%. Stacks up to 5 times. Stance combo powers grant a stack of flow. So you get ever increasing dodge, total damage, and attack and movement speed. All right. So normally, this is meditation. You restore health. You can turn it into Kai Surge. It doesn't regenerate health, but it refreshes all cooldowns. So that would work for people, I guess, I don't know who that works for. This is the one I'm using. It doesn't regenerate health, but it increases crit and brute and damage. And this one turns into Balance of Chi, which grants invulnerability and extends the healing effect to all nearby allies. Wow, so that adds support. But this one gives me more crit and brute and damage. I use it like a steroid. This one's all defense. This one's all offense. This is kind of a cross between. If you benefit from the refreshed cooldowns. Which my one stance build doesn't. But this is the one I was missing. This is what you'd use if you're using 2 stances. If you're going between serpent and leopard, or crane and leopard, or tiger and dragon. Let's go see how it feels. Am I missing anything? Yes, I am. I am missing a pet feed. Let's look at fighting pets. Energy power. When you get hit. Brutal. Physical. Ooh, when you hit with a physical, gain mental damage for 5 seconds. Is there any movements? I don't think I have any movement at all in this rotation. None whatsoever. There's a way to boost my mental damage for area clear. It's not worth it. This one still needs green. Some green stuff.
Okay, just for clarification, I am not a Skrull.
Spider Woman. She is my ranged partner in crime in her shield uniform. Jessica Jones is my only defender team up, and she's melee. And I don't particularly put melees with melees. I like ranged with melees and melees with ranged. I have no clue why I came here. I meant to go there. Only got 4 minutes left on my Hail Hydra. I should put the Hydra uniform on. Well, Hydra and Skrull are two different things. What's going on here? We've got a crossbones. Nobody's here though. Woo, he hits hard. I don't have to stand in there during that. I haven't really seen my signature hit real hard. That's a little disappointing. Don't stand there. All right, signature. Okay, that signature hit hard. It took the last 15% of his health. Cultists. Oh, yeah, I accidentally took out some cultists. This isn't going to go well, is it? Because they're ranged. He's not really an area kind of guy. Oh. And it really destroys my chi. Looks like it's just the elites that are ranged. Keep the poison spread. He's got some good survivability, it looks like. Of course, this might be a little too much down here in this corner. Oh, he's up. I've still got these other guys to deal with. Ultimate power! That's very interesting. Signature. No. Signature. I guess the signature didn't go off a while ago. If you remember, this guy mugged the Hulk. I mean, took him down twice, fast. Of course, I've got some help this time with a Carnage. We know Carnage is pretty good build. It's pretty good right now.
I'm a bona fide hero and thief.
I did all that area clear all by my lonesome. So that is, for somebody who's a single target specialist, that wasn't too bad. Alright, all these range guys are hurting. Alright. Again, I don't need to stand in there when he's beating on the ground. I really don't. What kind of damage reduction? 48? Signature. Boom. 2.8 million on the signature. Stupid shield agents. Again, I don't have to stand in there during that. Not sure why I do. Because I'm silly. Signature. Boom. 3.7 million. That was a good signature. That was a 3.7 million sig. Oops. That purple poison stuff works all right. She must have brought them all together. Pretty good poison. But I can only do it once every 4 seconds. We ran out. There we go. He's not terrible at area. Signature. Boom. It didn't crit or brute. It's hard to keep poison on this guy. Keeps moving. He likes to move out of the poison. That was almost 800K on my whatever that thing's called. Signature. Oh, I can't tell if the signature's doing anything sometimes. I'm definitely keeping this guy's attention. That's for sure. I don't think he's I don't think he cares about any of the other guys. Now I think he's turned his attention away. It's awful hard to hit him with my big hit powers though because he moves. It's not locked target. Signature. I can't tell that it did anything.
This defeat. You can find inner peace anywhere, even the prison hospital.
+1 to energy. Oh, this is a catalyst. Don't know what I was thinking. I guess because it's getting late in the day. Can't think straight. Let's go try some Midtown. Oh, I did lose my buff. My shield and Hydra buff. Yeah. I don't know.
I won't even have to use pheromones to make you love me.
Let's go get our buff and head to Midtown.
That's quite the hammer you're carrying.
I was trained by a thunderer myself. Perhaps you've heard of him before.
Me and Carol go way back. Since Rogue stole her powers and threw her off a bridge, I've been there for her. I can't imagine they've made up.
Midtown.
So,
Sentinels.
I'm not a brand name Avenger.
Yuck.
I'll still save your sorry butt.
Sentinels, yuck. His run is silly. No matter how much speed you run, you're not going to take off. Those wings aren't going to work. Oh, Sentinels are over here. Lay down my poison. And boom. All right, who did I get? Clerk. Ooh. Clerk will be the last guy I try. We've got to get some. We need some. I'm just not seeing the signature do anything. All right, signature power now. I don't know. I'm having trouble seeing any numbers going anywhere. Turn shall avenge me. Turn shall avenge me. Doom doesn't care about you at all. Doom doesn't care. Gorgon, crossbones. Like. I like the snake stance. Looks pretty cool. A minute and 20 seconds. How's everybody doing today? I hope your weekend went well. Yeah, I shouldn't have stayed up so late last night. Wouldn't have had that nap in the middle of the day today. $40 seconds. If it had been Taskmaster instead of Clerk, we could have easily gone and done Taskmaster before the next Boss Wave. But because it's Clerk, you have to take out 3 lieutenants before you can even get to him. Takes longer. Well, we got 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Alright, what do we have? Frightful 4. I'm an airplane, I'm an airplane, I'm an airplane. Oop, there was a 3.8 million signature. $600,000, whatever that's called. Chi Blast. $2.9 million brute on my SIG that time. But I'm unstoppable. Ah, the 2 bosses spread too far apart. People up here didn't get anything down here, and people down here didn't get anything up there.
Careful, Aurora. I've been known to hold back the thunderstorm.
Let's go do a clerk. We got 2 minutes and a half. We'll have 2 minutes by the time we get there. I don't know if that's enough time to get there and get back before the next wave. 2 minutes. Do you read comics? No, not really.
Okay, just for clarification, I am not a Skrull.
I read season 8 of Buffy the Vampire Slayer on comics. Part of season 9. And I read the first 11 issues of Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel. Because I found them on sale for about 99 cents a piece. So if you ever get a chance to read Kamala Khan's opening, her introductory, how she came to be and how she ended up being named Miss Marvel, I do encourage. It's a great story. How did I know this game? I think I saw it advertised on Steam. And I realized, hey, I could play Jean Grey. I'm an X-Men fan from the movies. I knew the X-Men from the movies.
When I'm on the front lines,
And I love Jean Grey. So Jean Grey is what brought me to this game. Wow. I've already taken 1/3 of his health. Now I gotta watch the other guys. No, I don't. I'll just do this. My ultimate power.
Can you withstand the power of the Iron Fist?
How did this happen? I had all this power.
Take a deep breath. It's the last free one you'll take for a while.
Hydra Spotlight. Don't know what that is, but I need to quickly get back to Midtown. Yeah, Jean Grey's awesome. Storm is awesome. I knew the X-Men. And then, of course, I learned the Avengers. I knew all the old movies. Hulk. Spider-Man. Who else did movies? Blade. Green Goggles. The X-Men movies. So I knew who Wolverine was. I knew Rogue from the original movies. Mystique. Magneto. So I really learned about Marvel from movies. Same thing about DC Comics. I learned DC Comics from movies. I never read comics. Spider-Woman. Hey, I took down Cosmic Skrull pretty fast. I just thought of that. I just realized that. Of course, I used the ultimate power. Got here too late. Too late. Monkey Boy. Or the guy that thinks he's a man ape. He's neither man nor ape. He is Monkey Boy. Oops, I guess I shouldn't stand in front of the spear. I knew better than that. At least it didn't one-shot me. Oh yeah, I haven't looked at my goodies. Cosmic artifact. Orders from the scroll. Iron Fist has got several ways to play. If you got here earlier, you saw me set him up. I used to be all Tiger style for the crit. But after reworking his gear, I ended up with a lot of crit. So I switched him to snake style, serpent style. I'm a one style kind of guy. I don't play multiple styles. So I was Tiger. After I changed out his gear, I ended up with a whole lot of crit and realized I didn't need crit from Tiger. So I went to Snake because I wanted more AoE damage. I realized we'd be hurting for AoE damage. For area clear. So, I'll show you in a second. The Hydra Spotlight. I think I have Hydra Spotlight. All right, wizard. Two Madam Hydras. Any of these upgrades? I doubt it. We'll look at that one. Okay. I think I like this pet better now. Let's switch cybernetic stuffs. Switch cybernetic stuffs.
Crack your steel skin, comrade.
Somebody need a hero for hire?
I'm gonna keep the fighting one for him. This strength one's pretty good too. It's got to go into overflow. but it's a good one. So, where's strength? Let's get one of these not so good ones. There we go. Need to body swap again. Leave this one here. But like I said, it's a good one. Let's bump it up. Put this in the overflow.
This is for your own good.
That's overflow up there, I think. Now they're all speed. There's some overflow. I need a pet feed. Pet feed. Fighting or strength, it doesn't matter. This one needs... Oh, it's energy. What's an energy doing here? Not sure. Okay. Do a pet swap again. Where is he? Okay, this goes into overflow. And this goes here. What? Oh, I forgot. This goes here. Alright, but still, oh.
The Red Room's training is brutal, but it made you who you are today. Are you saying you'd give that up, Natasha?
A couple of these haven't even happened yet.
Slot 3. Ah! I hate this bug. Hope they fix it someday. Slot 3. Over here, slot 3. Slot 3. One more strength. Little less health. More damage reduction. Little less dodge. Yeah, I'll take it. Do I have one of these Hydra things? I don't see one. Yep, there it is. So yeah, I have one. I can drop this guy if it... Nope, it's not droppable. Got 2 minutes before the next boss wave. Alright, let's put some stuff away. Oh yeah, I was going to show you this guy's build. I use Fury of 5 Forces for my single spender. It applies vulnerability, the generic vulnerability, and gets 25% damage bonus while any stance opener is on cooldown. I get all my chi from Serpent stance. Boop. Then black poison touch, which does an area dot and does mental damage. Wow, didn't realize that. Chi burst is my area clear power. See, this is a serpent. I get an extra dot because I'm in serpent stance. This is serpent stance, so it deals triple damage and a stun. I've got my steroid, which boosts my crit and brute through the roof. And then like unto iron. And while in serpent stance, my base damage increases by 50%, but it no longer triggers a chi wave. So I lost the mental damage on Like Unto Iron. But I greatly boosted the physical damage. Well, 50%. Who's next? Midgard War. Where are they? Up here. All right. Why am I chasing Curse? Speed on this guy. Wow. This big guy. The range should be chasing Malakath and Curse. Where's the other big guy? There he is.
I will add this defeat to the dossier.
Somebody. Oh, Black Widow popped her ultimate power and brought an army of S.H.I.E.L.D. agents to fight with us. And those guys went down fast. Curse and his bunch went down fast with that army of S.H.I.E.L.D. agents Black Widow called in.
Sleeping on the floor a lot, Danny.
Still need a Brotherhood or a Doom Wave. But that's how I play him. Serpent stance. Stance opener have a 50 lower cooldown. So I've got 8 seconds now instead of 16. A single stance won't work if you don't have this talent. It changed this from 16 seconds to 8-second cooldown. So you can go through your rotation and be able to hit this and get all this back before you run out. Stance combo powers deal 50% more damage. So this guy does 50% more damage. This guy does 50% more damage. Stance opener powers grant stack of mastery. So it stacks up to 5 times. So over time, my passive effect of my stance doubles. Flow like the river. Stance combo powers gain flow, which does more damage. More attack and movement speed. Stacks up to 5 times. 10-second duration. So each time I do my 2 combo powers, that they get stronger and stronger. And then last is meditation. You can either do the defense, offense, or both. And I can't really use this because of a single. This doesn't work very well on a single stance guy. Well, it would, but could lower your cooldowns faster. But I went for the total. Let's see what this does. Yeah, all it does is just reduce cooldowns. That's no fun. I like almost crazy amounts of hit, crit and crit damage and brute damage every 20 seconds for 5 seconds. Come inside. Come inside. Come inside. Colossus, bring him in. Doofus. There was a 3.9 million like unto iron. Come inside. It's Storm. Storm's the one that's holding him outside. She needs to quit doing that. She should know better. If she's made it this far in the game, she should know better. Squirrel Girl power. What is that? Oh. When two of those are side by side, it makes it look like you got one of those long name artifacts.
Squirrel will be so happy-go-lucky. Maybe I should have picked a furrier theme animal.
Hey, wolf spiders can be pretty furry. Still no Doom Wave and no Brotherhood. I need a Doom or a Brotherhood. Okay, that one didn't hit so hard.
Victory is ours, comrades.
I'm not your comrade, comrade. Defenders dropping on Netflix. The 18th. That's 12 days from now. Where'd he go? Which way did he go? Whoa! Don't throw your spear at me. Boom! Oh, that was a 3.5 million brute. No wonder he fall down. He fall down and went night-night. He fell down and went night-night. Sinister Six. In the garage. I'm glad they've got a long runway. Just can't get enough speed to take off. It's ridiculous run. Ridiculous run animation. I'll leave some poison over here for these guys. Woo! That was a 3-point-something million. Brute. Oh! That's one thing you never do as a melee. No matter how lazy you are. You never stand in one place for too long. No matter how lazy you are. And I'm pretty lazy. Boom! I punched his lights out. Danny's a single target guy. No doubt about it.
Bonjour. Tell me again how you defeated Dr. Doom.
She called for help from her little squirrel buddies, and they all came in and started biting his face. That's how she beat Dr. Doom. Brought his plane down. Rescued Iron Man. Easy enough. Just call for your squirrel buddies.
I got a lot more tricks where that came from.
Alright. I don't have anything to reach him. Oh, that reached further than I expected. Still need a Brotherhood or Doom raid. I'm not leaving till I get a Brotherhood or Doom raid. I need to keep an eye on this though. 19 minutes on Clert again? Clert again? It's a single target specialist. Still doesn't matter. I can't build up enough speed to leave the ground.
You like destroying things to get your key moving.
He calls it key. In the movie, he called it cheat. Or at least in the trailer. The trailer for Defenders called it cheat. This guy calls it key. Like I said, it's pronounced both ways. I think the H is silent in some countries and it's not silent in other countries. I punch him in the face like a snake. Quick as a snake. Wizard.
When I'm on the front lines. Hey,
There's a 2-point-something million brute. He's determined to punch me in the face. Hey, there's another Iron Fist in here. One in the white suit. There's my buddy Luke. Whoa, don't stand in one place too long. That's stupid. Like I said, no matter how lazy you are, don't stand in one place too long. Boom! Ah, that wasn't a good shot at all. Don't know what happened. Did you just send Spider-Woman away? No, I guess not. Guess she's still out there somewhere. Yep, she's still out there somewhere.
Victory is ours, comrade.
Credit chest.
You've seen how mutants deal with those who hate and fear them, Storm. I've
my little corner again. I hear water running in this corner over here. Wait a minute. That's not horrible. I can put that with the defender stuff.
I got a lot more tricks where that came from.
3% defense rating. Nope, nope, nope. I still need a Brotherhood or a Doom Wave before I'm ready to call it quits. Need to see how he does in super stressful situations where it's terrible for melee to be.
Behold the power of Chi.
Naruto run animation. I haven't seen him leave the ground yet. Looks like he's trying to take off. Wow. 47 minutes. That's okay. I spent the middle of the day napping when I should have been here. It's one thing about retirement. Nothing's ever should have done this or that. Well, no, you still got to pay your bills and taxes. Once you retire, still got to pay bills and taxes. Unless you want to live homeless. And I guess you don't have to do either. Pay bills or taxes. Brotherhood, good. Finally. Let's be smart about this, though. Be smart about this. Let's go in slowly. There's Magneto. Can't anybody bring them together? Anybody? I'll just stay over here on Magneto then. I thought we had a storm out here earlier. There we go. Somebody's finally getting them close together. There's my ultimate power. Sauron ran away, Blob ran away, Sabretooth ran away. Everybody ran away from my ultimate power. There's a 3.3 million brute on my signature on Magneto. Ooh! Another cosmic furry mane, guys. People play thousands of hours trying to get cosmic furry manes. Miss RNG says, I know you're tired. Hang in there. Here, have a cosmic furry mane. I love Miss RNG. It's because of Miss RNG I'm the luckiest RNG person on the planet. Danny Rand's okay, if you don't mind single target specialists. There's my furry mane and my orders of the whatever, scroll orders. of the whatever. My last fight of the night, she gives me a furry mane. Thanks, Miss RNG. Nope. And nope. Nope. Don't have any kids. No responsibilities. Do whatever I want whenever I want. If I had kids, I probably wouldn't have a 675 horsepower supercharged SS Camaro 2010. Okay. Yep, that goes there. Defenders. Where are you, Luke? This one goes down here with the chi. It's more chi than that. Less than that. Furry mane. I think I got a bunch of these. Nope. Same deal. We can delegate these to overflow. There's room. I've got another furry mane and overflow down here somewhere. There it is. And yep. Got a couple of these in overflow. Let's put them there. Doop, doop. This one is mental and physical. Mental and physical goes here, I think. Mental, physical, mental, physical. Mental, physical. That goes there. And rings. I need to clean out all these rings. Let's see, these are mental and these are energy. Physical, mental, energy. So there's no room for them there. Guess I can move the two area ones out. Put them over here where we have melee, range, and let's put the two area ones here. That works. These are all ranged. These are all melee, melee. Actually, these are movement. Melee, movement, area, ranged. Let's put the pet away. Oops, I'm in the right place. Pet. Pet goes there. Give him back his pet. That's Danny Rand. Single target specialist, single. I'm playing him single style. You'll find some people plays him dual style. And some people plays them all styles. Maybe. I'm not sure if those other ones are still valid. They used to be, but I don't know. But he strikes like a snake. Tomorrow, Nope, we're skipping Juggy because he's momentum. We'll do Beast and Jug last because they're both momentum. Luke Cage. My next defender is tomorrow. Tomorrow is Luke Cage. You're in the right stream if you don't play difficult. I'm all about simple, comfortable, fun. I don't care about DPS. Obviously, I care about survivability or it wouldn't be comfortable. I don't care about DPS, otherwise it wouldn't be simple. So simple and comfortable are opposites to DPS and survivability and, low survivability. In other words, I just want to go through my rotation. I don't want to think. I just want to play and have fun. So, tomorrow's Luke Cage. Tomorrow for my stream reviewers, you guys on YouTube, you watch them anytime you want, any order you want, any way you want, as many times as you want. Skip what you want. Thanks, YouTubers. I'm gonna let you guys go now.